We are at a critical juncture in the country and indeed around the world. The global pandemic has laid bare deeply embedded problems of economic inequalities, systemic racism, and health disparities that have left millions of people vulnerable to multiple crises. Here at UC Berkeley, we have always responded to these challenges. The student body at Cal is hungry to engage meaningfully and constructively in changing the direction in which our country is headed. Students from working class backgrounds find community here at Cal when their identities are honored, their family work histories are valued, and they find that their lived experience is centered in our curriculum. Since 2017, in collaboration with the Goldman School of Public Policy, the UC Berkeley Labor Center has equipped students with the knowledge about the value that unions and worker centers create in protecting democracy and establishing a just and inclusive economy. Through our network of thousands of community partners across the state and in the country, we connect students with meaningful service learning opportunities outside the academy. We also equip students with practical professional skills in jobs that are oriented towards social justice. This includes labor and community organizing and the capacity to do applied research and policy analysis.
Hi, my name is Claire Courtney.
My name's Zach Liu.
Hi, I'm Brandon.
Hi, my name is WYRZYKOWSKI.
Hi, I'm BERENICE, and taking labor studies courses at Cal was definitely a highlight of my undergraduate career.
Looking back, I think one of the most impactful experiences I had at Cal was how the labor studies curriculum opened me up to directly working with communities that I wanted to serve.
This field studies course that was one of the most impactful and educational courses I took during my entire program. I was placed with a community organization and worked on a tenants' rights campaign, and it was really through some of the research and community organizing that I did through this course that I learned what it meant to really try to influence public policy and understand it from an advocacy perspective.
I think this was a really great aspect of my education because instead of, reading books in the classroom and really being siloed indoors, we were really able to bring a lot of the concepts that we learned in class outside the classroom by engaging with those community members and engaging with those labor organizations. So it was really a bridge between theory and practice.
The first class that set off my love for labor studies and just worker justice is Work Justice in the Labor Movement, where I had the opportunity to intern at Oakland Education Association and learn more about the union, what it means to be a union member, and the important work that unions do within communities.
I truly would not be where I am today had it not been for the Labor Center and that first labor studies class I took with Dr. Annabelle Ferris-Camello. It introduced me to the labor movement, let me see all the power it has and the potential it has, and it also empowered me as an individual, a soon-to-be Cal graduate, where I truly now believe that I can have a stake in communities and in fighting for economic justice.
It has influenced my own life in what I currently do for work. I work at the intersection of climate justice and the labor movement and work alongside labor unions and collaborate with worker centers, and being able to understand and talk to them about labor issues has been absolutely essential to my work.
I think learning about people in the labor movement really inspired me to do the kind of work that I do today, where now I'm trying to help low-income young people get access to living wage jobs, get access to good educations, and in a lot of ways it reminds me of the things that I studied when I was doing labor studies at Cal.
And it really just began and inspired what is now a career in the labor movement. I was placed as an intern on the organizing team at UFCW Local 5, United Food and Commercial Workers, where I also had the tremendously wonderful opportunity to be offered a role there as an organizer after my graduation.
With greater resources, the UC Berkeley Labor Center could provide for a larger number of students at Cal to be able to leverage the resources of the university in order to make a positive contribution to the lives of millions of low-paid workers and communities that the students themselves come from. From the fight for ethnic studies 50 years ago students and faculty have long demanded curriculum that reflected their lived experience. We are proud of the legacy of community-engaged scholarship built here at Cal by our allied disciplines: ethnic studies, American cultures, disability studies, and so many others. And we are excited about the direction in which we are headed. Through our program, students explore the labor movement and its intersection with racial, gender, and immigrant justice. We invite students to discover public service, connect with their purpose, and be transformed in the process. We are building real change in practice. We are Labor Studies at Cal.